Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of the Movie Dawgs show. By the time this is up and loaded onto the channel, it's probably been about almost a month since the passing of legendary director Richard Donner, and I wanted to take some time to pay tribute to him on this show. The man had done countless of hours of television at the beginning of his career. One of his most notable works is an episode of The Twilight Zone, the classic Twilight Zone episode. I think it was called Fear at 23,000 Feet. That episode starred William Shatner, very young William Shatner, pre-Star Trek. And of course, oddly enough, years later, John Lithgow would go on and play that part in the movie version back in the 80s that was produced by Spielberg. And those, of course, Lithgow and William Shatner would share scenes on Third Rock from the Sun. Well, you know, Richard Donner had such a diverse and vast span of films that were not, you know, he didn't stick to one genre. And though he did do a lot of action in his films, they were just different in many ways. He did one of his first movies. It was called Salt and Pepper, which starred Sammy Davis Jr. and Peter Lawford, two of the Rat Pack members. His first commercial success was the original OMEN back in 1976, and because of that, the producers of Superman wanted to get him on, and so he was able to, jump on that. They were filming two movies at the same time, a Superman 1 and 2. Of course, Superman 1 was a box office knockout. It was a big movie. But sadly, even though he filmed 75% of Superman 2, he was not invited to come back and finish that film. So, but he went on and did a small independent, low-budget film. I can't remember the name of it right now. But then he also, in the 80s, is really when his career, he became almost a household name. I mean, a lot of people, when they watch a Richard Donner film, they don't know they're watching a Richard Donner film, or they realize, oh my gosh, this is the guy that directed Superman, and so on and so on. And again, he just did so much. He did the fantasy Lady Hawk with Rutger Hauer, Matthew Broderick, and Michelle Pfeiffer. That is, just just one of those. It's where he met his wife back in the 80s, Laura Shore Donner, which they stayed married until his death. He went on to direct the Lethal Weapon films, all four of them. And you can tell that they all enjoyed each other's work and stuff. I think because of Richard Donner is the reason why Mel Gibson got into becoming a director, and not a bad director at that either. Mel Gibson's a very good director, and he learned from one of the best, which was, of course, Richard Donner. Him and Mel Gibson went on to, altogether, I believe, work on 6 or 7 films. I know it was the Lethal Weapon 4s, Maverick, and Conspiracy Theory. He went on to direct another great movie produced by Steven Spielberg. It was called The Goonies, and again, cult classic all the way. I can't tell you how many times I really wiped out a VHS copy of The Goonies because I played it so many times. It literally just, the tape broke because I played it for so many times. I just absolutely love that film. And you could tell, because Richard Donner didn't have kids, but you could tell that he cared for those kids that he directed in that film. The kid that played Chunk, he helped him get through law school, and now he's in that kid is a entertainment lawyer, and he was one of the ones that were instrumental in getting Corey Feldman into a much needed at the time a drug rehabilitation center that was life-saving for him. It's just he was an animal rights activist. He rescued and adopted many animals over the years, to and found them homes. And nothing you could say that this guy, wasn't a person who cared about everybody and everything. And the other films that he did, he helped produce the him and his wife when they started their production company. They're the responsible ones to get X-Men made, and got Bryan Singer, hired him on in the job, and because he and his wife, they believed they were the reason for the golden age of comic books in this century, folks. It's partially because of him. I do also have to say, that's one of the reasons why Bryan Singer made Superman Returns the way he did. He was paying homage to a man who helped his career, and that was Richard Donner. Richard Donner was also responsible for one of the other great films of the 80s that I did a review on a few months back, was The Lost Boys. He was originally going to direct that movie, but then ended up doing Lethal Weapon, and Joel Schumacher, the late Joel Schumacher, went on and took the realms of that film. But, if you watch Lethal Weapon, you'll see a scene where Riggs and Murtaugh are standing in front of a theater. This is the first Lethal Weapon, and you'll see in the background of the marquee of the theater, you'll see Lost Boys. So, again, great little Easter eggs right there for you guys to take a look at. But, again, I've almost seen all of them. I have not seen 13 Blocks, which was his last film in 2016. After that, he quietly retired from directing. But I've seen just about every one of Richard Donner's films, and I have enjoyed every single one of them. I'm going to have to rewatch Lady Hawk, because I had not seen that movie in many years. So I'm going to have to find a copy or find it on online somehow. But again, I'm also very interested in seeing his earlier films, especially his first two. I cannot remember the name of the first movie he did, but it starred Charles Bronson. But again, he just made such an impact, and I said this on Movie Memories and Movie Moments, Movie Memories a few months back on the other episodes, that he made this one scene that was in every Superman film. It was a scene where Christopher Reeve broke the fourth wall when he was flying by the camera and smiled. And I will always mention this story to everybody, because it is my favorite moment in a theater and my favorite scene in a movie of all time. And that is when Superman, Christopher Reeve broke the fourth wall and smiled at the camera. And my mom leaned over to me and told me that, yeah, Superman's smiling at you, honey. That was a big moment for me, and it's always stuck in my head, and it's always going to be in my heart forever. I lost my mom back in '95, so and she was a film buff as well, a fan of films, and that's where my father and my mother met. We're in working in a drive-in theater together. So, but again, I just wanted to take this time. My heart goes out to his friends and family. And he always would, in an interview, would say, you can call me Dick. My friends call me Dick, and I consider you a friend. And he'd always seem like that type of person that'd just be easy to talk to. And I would love to just sit back and talk movies with him if I had ever had a chance to meet him in the past. And it would have been great. And he's one of those grandfathers one of those type of grandfathers you wish you had, or uncles, or hell, even a dad. He probably would have made a great dad. But again, folks, check out all his movies. You can find them anywhere at any time. Possibly one of the best directors, especially from out of the 1980s. And again, check out all the other movies that he was responsible for as well. Just look up his filmography. He's made a lot. But alright, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video, and subscribe, and check out a lot of Richard Donner's film, folks. It's I'm sure I haven't mentioned all of them yet, but those are just the highlights of the ones I really think you should check out. Alright, folks, that's it for the episode of Movie Dawgs. Rest in peace, Dick. Thanks for being our friend, and thanks for entertaining us and making us believe a man can fly. Thanks for watching, and please keep watching.